the first life lesson is over communication. And I wasn't sure if this is a non-hyphenated word, but I'm going with this one, over communication. Now, this lesson came from my producer back in Baton Rouge. So this was my first job out of college, basically. But my producer, his name is also Jordan as well, and we're great friends still to this day. And his one thing that he said to me when I was a wee little production assistant, little camera assistant, video editor assistant, he told me about over communicate everything. And I've taken this lesson and adapted it a little bit further beyond what I think his original intention was. He was saying over communicate in the context that when you're on set and you're going to do something, I need you to over communicate things. I need you to feel like you're sharing too much or giving or telling people what your intentions or what you're going to do too much, because in the first rule of being on a film set is about safety, because there's a lot of expensive equipment, there's a lot of large equipment, heavy equipment, dangerous equipment, electrical equipment, like things. There are a lot of things that can go wrong: trips, slips, falls, injuries. And we want to, if you're going to move something, that either is a safety issue, that is a creative issue, or it's a combination of the both. So, you're going to move a light, you want to tell people you're moving a light, or if you and a person are going to move a silk or a frame and move it into place, and it's going to be overhead, talent, you need to talk to people, hey, moving here, let's go. And then as I got more and more involved at the production company there, we were using walkie-talkies, and the bigger sets, you have to use walkie-talkies, so you're always telling people what you're going to do. And, he was talking about over-communicate, even like things like going to the bathroom. Like I say to this day, I say 10-1, 10-2, and if you don't know that, that's just like, that's code word 10-1, just, I gotta go pee, I gotta go do number one in the bathroom, and that's like, so that way, and it was weird to me when he first told me that, like, I have to tell you that I'm going to the bathroom, but what it requires, or the intention behind it, when you're sharing that kind of information, oversharing, it's coded words, so you're not saying like, I gotta go take a shit, but at least you are saying, if you need me, and you cannot find me, I'm going to the bathroom. So if because everyone's doing their own job, everyone's got their own little department that they're working in, and they may need you, or they may need to say, hey, where's Jordan? Hey, where's the PA? Where's the camera guy? We're about to shoot? Where's the cinematographer? Oh, okay, they went to the bathroom, or they went to go get this. Like, hey, I'm going to take a break. Hey, I'm going to go smoke. Hey, it's all over communication, because I need to know your intentions. I need to know what you're about to do. If you're about to move this light, if you're about to move the camera, if you're about to replace the camera, take the batteries off, turn off the light, strike the light. You had to communicate everything. So that's just kind of on a film set in the kind of physical sense and the safety sense of over communication. But how I would adapt over communication, this life lesson, is you need to over communicate this with your clients, with your family, your friends. Like, tell people more than what you think you should be telling them. The tendency to kind of keep things to yourself, or if you feel like the conversation is going south, or you have a confusion in the conversation with your client, like say you're planning a project, or they're talking about budget or scope or vision, and you can tell that something is about to go wrong, or you foresee a train wreck ahead based on kind of how they're piecing together the project, and you don't communicate that, or you don't communicate like, hey, I think this might be we might have a problem here, or hey, you know what, that actually isn't going to work. Like, if you didn't say that in the beginning, they might have has just been going along, thinking everything's great, and then you communicate it too late, and then there's friction, or there's a budget change, or there's a project scope change, or a scope creep. So over communicate everything. Tell people how you feel. Tell people what you're thinking. Don't bottle it up inside. For me, I can be a closed person. Sometimes I can be a very reserved, kind of in my head kind of person where, I don't have to communicate everything or tell you how I feel, but it really works great to over communicate sometimes. I'll even give you a marriage lesson. Like, if you feel something, or if you feel don't bottle it up. My wife, she's like, I can't read you. I can't understand. Are you mad? Are you sad? I just sometimes have to say I'm mad, or that made me upset, or I didn't like how this was. You have to communicate that stuff, because if you bottle it up and store it away, I feel like that just can cause cancer or something, where it's just you have to communicate it and say it. And be open about it and feel like you're almost telling them too much. I'm not saying like be gross or like, but people, that's where people's minds go when you say like over communicate. But in a safety sense, in a business sense, on a film set, in a creative sense, in a relation sense, over communicate and don't be afraid to share what's going on inside your head.